1. Which of the following is a primary objective of adult learning principles in laboratory animal technician training? A. To rely on memorization of facts. B. To focus solely on theory rather than practical skills. C. To engage learners in real-life applicable scenarios. D. To avoid learner feedback during the training process. 2. When conducting a training needs assessment for a laboratory animal technician, what is the first step? A. Review job descriptions and performance evaluations. B. Survey the current knowledge of the trainees. C. Develop a training curriculum. D. Begin the training without prior assessments. 3. Which of the following methods is the most effective for evaluating the learning outcomes of laboratory animal technician trainees? A. Administering a written test only. B. Conducting an observation of practical tasks. C. Relying solely on trainee self-assessments. D. Using peer evaluations only. 4. What is an essential component when developing a curriculum for laboratory animal technicians? Including only theoretical knowledge. E. Focusing on animal care techniques without any legal aspects. C. Addressing regulatory compliance and ethical considerations. D. Skipping hands-on practical training sessions. 5. Which of the following is a characteristic of effective adult learning in laboratory animal technician training? A. Avoiding collaboration with colleagues. B. Fostering self-directed learning and problem-solving. C. Prioritizing teacher-centered instruction. D. Limiting the use of real-life scenarios. 6. What is the primary purpose of regulatory compliance training for laboratory animal technicians? A. To ensure technicians can operate lab equipment. B. To meet legal requirements and ensure animal welfare. C. To enhance communication with animal vendors. D. To reduce the cost of laboratory supplies. 7. Which adult learning principle emphasizes the importance of relating new information to the learner's experiences? A. Constructivism. E. Andragogy. C. Behaviorism. D. Cognitivism. 8. Which evaluation method is best suited for assessing a laboratory animal technician's ability to handle and care for animals? A. Written exams. B. Oral exams. C. Practical demonstrations. D. Self-reports. 9. What is the most effective way to provide feedback to a laboratory animal technician during training? A. Wait until the end of the training to provide feedback. B. Provide feedback immediately following an observation. C. Provide feedback only during formal evaluations. D. Give general feedback at the end of the course. 10. When preparing laboratory animal technicians for mentoring roles, which communication skill is most essential to teach? A. Giving direct orders to trainees. B. Active listening and providing constructive feedback. C. Limiting interaction with trainees. D. Focusing only on technical tasks. 11. What is a key factor to consider when developing an evaluation tool for assessing competency in laboratory animal care? A. The tool should focus on theoretical knowledge only. B. The tool should measure both knowledge and practical skills. C. The tool should be subjective in nature. D. The tool should rely solely on peer assessments. 12. How can a laboratory animal technician mentor effectively guide new trainees in complex animal care tasks? A. By providing a step-by-step checklist for tasks. B. By allowing trainees to learn independently without guidance. C. By demonstrating tasks once and expecting trainees to replicate. D. By focusing solely on the completion of tasks, not the learning process. 13. Which type of learning theory is most relevant when designing training for laboratory animal technicians who must acquire new animal handling skills? A. Cognitive load theory. B. Behaviorist theory. C. Constructivist theory. D. Humanistic theory. 14. What is the most effective approach for laboratory animal technicians to follow when a new regulation is introduced regarding animal welfare? A. Follow the regulation blindly without understanding. B. Seek clarification from management and stay updated on guidelines. C. Ignore the new regulation until it becomes mandatory. D. Rely on colleagues' interpretations of the regulation. 15. In adult learning, what role does problem-based learning play for laboratory animal technicians? It provides a structured one-size-fits-all solution to learning. B. It encourages active learning through solving real-world problems. C. It limits learners' ability to make decisions independently. D. It discourages the use of hands-on practice in favor of theory. 16. Which of the following best describes the approach to evaluating laboratory animal technicians in their handling of stress-sensitive animals? A. Evaluating only through written tests. B. Using role-playing and simulated scenarios. C. Focusing on peer review for animal handling. D. Solely relying on external evaluations. 17. What is the importance of documenting animal care procedures for laboratory animal technicians? A. To meet regulatory requirements and ensure animal welfare. B. To maintain a record of training hours only. C. To demonstrate technical proficiency to clients. D. To reduce the need for further training sessions. 18. How should a mentor guide a laboratory animal technician trainee during a first exposure to handling animals? A. By providing clear instructions and demonstrating techniques. By allowing the trainee to figure it out independently. C. By focusing only on the tasks without providing emotional support. D. By observing and correcting mistakes without offering praise. 19. When evaluating a laboratory animal technician's performance, which method helps in assessing both technical skills and decision-making abilities? A. Written exams only. B. Self-assessments. C. Observation and practical assessments. D. Peer evaluations only. 20. How can a laboratory animal technician best communicate with team members to improve animal care efficiency? A. By directing orders without asking for feedback. B. By maintaining open communication and sharing observations. C. By avoiding discussions to save time. D. By only communicating through written messages. 21. What should be prioritized when developing a curriculum for laboratory animal technician training? A. Focusing on animal care techniques only. B. Balancing animal care with regulatory compliance and ethical considerations. C. Excluding any topics on animal behavior. D. Only including the minimum required information for certification. 22. In adult learning, what role does experiential learning play in laboratory animal technician training? A. It encourages active participation and learning from real-world experiences. B. It focuses only on theoretical knowledge and academic study. C. It limits the scope of learning to animal handling techniques. It encourages ignoring prior knowledge and starting from scratch. 23. Which of the following best describes the role of communication in the training of laboratory animal technicians? A. It is secondary to technical proficiency. B. It ensures trainees understand expectations, guidelines, and procedures. C. It is irrelevant as long as the tasks are performed correctly. D. It's only necessary when dealing with human subjects. 24. What should be the focus of continuing education for laboratory animal technicians after certification? A. Technical skills and handling new laboratory equipment. B. Regulatory changes, ethical considerations, and animal welfare. C. Only theoretical knowledge without practical application. D. Focusing solely on job-specific tasks and ignoring broader issues. 25. Which of the following best describes a laboratory animal technician's role in ensuring regulatory compliance during research? A. Only adhering to instructions without questioning. B. Understanding and applying legal requirements related to animal welfare. C. Ignoring regulations if they conflict with research goals. D. Limiting involvement in compliance matters to senior staff only. 26. How can a laboratory animal technician help ensure the humane treatment of animals during research studies? A. By following established care procedures and reporting concerns. B. By only focusing on data collection. C. By limiting animal handling to the minimum necessary. D. By focusing solely on human safety, not animal welfare. 27. What is an important consideration for laboratory animal technicians when implementing a new training program? A. Ensuring the program is compliant with legal standards. B. Focusing solely on administrative aspects of training. C. Using outdated materials for cost savings. D. Limiting training to short sessions without regular follow-ups. 28. What is a common challenge laboratory animal technicians face when mentoring new staff members? A. Ensuring that trainees understand both technical and ethical responsibilities. B. Only teaching technical skills without addressing the ethical aspects. C. Allowing trainees to work without supervision. D. Overloading trainees with excessive information at once. 29. Which of the following best describes the role of communication in the training of laboratory animal technicians? It is secondary to technical proficiency. B. It ensures trainees understand expectations, guidelines, and procedures. C. It is irrelevant as long as the tasks are performed correctly. D. It is only necessary when dealing with human subjects.